Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afif Perusli, and in this video, my friends and I will present about our project, which is IIM Delivery. IIM Delivery is an application for IIM students to make the process of parcel delivery easier. It is also a form of way for students to generate some side income during their studies. With this application, the student can get the runner to get their parcel transported from one point to another point easily. In addition, the price will be fixed according to how far the parcel will travel and how heavy the parcel is. Since this application is called IUM delivery, this parcel will specifically be picked up and delivered inside the campus. Thus, the time for users to use this application is less because it is only designed for inside the campus. For the software process model of our project, we use iterative process model. It consists of initial planning, requirement, analysis and design, implementation, testing, evaluation, and deployment. So first is planning. We plan by establishing a IUM delivery software and mapping out the specification document. Next is requirement that we conduct all the requirement activities, and then we do the analysis and design, which is make an analysis to figure out which business logic and database models that are suitable to be used on the IOM delivery system. Also, we design the interface of the software and list down the utilities that the program will provide to the student. Next is implementation. Implementation is commencing the building process of the IOM delivery software prototype, and we implement all the functions of utilities. Next is testing. We try and error phase where we conduct the testing by using the test cases, and we evaluate. We run a thorough evaluation of the development up to that particular stage to examine the changes that can be made where ION delivery is and where it needs to be. As displayed here, it is a use case diagram for IIUM delivery. The use case diagram consists of 5 use case and 2 actors. The first use case, which is registration, is for users to register their accounts that are used to log in the system, both as client and delivery man. Next is login. The user log in to the system using their registered account. And then we have the request new delivery use case. The users make delivery requests for their parcels. And next, deliver parcel, which is user can accept delivery request and deliver the parcel. For parcel status, users are notified whether their parcel is delivered or not yet. And then the client is the users that make delivery requests, and the actor delivery man is the users that accept commission to deliver the parcel that were requested. As we can see here, it is the communication between the actors and the use cases for IO delivery project.
So now I will explain about the use case specification for the deliver parcel use case. The use case ID is IAM delivery 1.03 and the use case name is the deliver parcel, and the objective of this use case is to accept delivery request. The user or actor of this use case is the delivery man, as you can see here. And the precondition for this use case is that the user must have an account and be registered as a delivery man. This means that if the user is only registered as a client and not a delivery man, then the user cannot use this use case. That's why the actor for this use case is the delivery man. And the basic flow for this use case is that use case start when the user clicks the view details button in delivery request notification. This notification will be received by only the delivery man. And then this when the user clicks the view details button in the delivery request notification, the system will display the detail of request from the client, including the commission that that the user will get if he receives the request. And then the system will display the option, including accept delivery. There's also another option that is passed to other deliverymen that we will discuss in the alternative flow. And so, if the user choose to accept the delivery request, and the user will click the request option, and the system will inform the customer that the deliveryman is on its way. And then the system will display message for the user to go to this designated checkpoint. After the user went to the client and received the parcel from the client, only then will the user click the parcel receive button that the system display. And then after the user clicks the parcel receive button, the system will display message for the user to deliver parcel along with a button receive commission. And then uh, the user will go to the designated destination to sign the parcel. And when the parcel arrive at its destination, only then will the user or the delivery man clicks the receive commission button, and then the system will send the commission directly to the user account, and then the system will display message saying thank you to the user. The system will then display button return, and when the user click the return button, the system will display the home page. The use case ends when the user log out. So the alternative flow is the user will pass to another environment, and the system will display another option that is passed to another environment. So if the user choose the option, the system will then relay the parcel request to another environment, and then the use case will end. Post condition for this use case is that the user is given the parcel, and the parcel will arrive at its destination. We add another one. Parcel will arrive at its destination, and includes or extension post is parcel status, because after this the user after the remand accept the commission, you will update the parcel status. And the special requirement that the remand must be an IIUM student, and the business rule is that the delivery man must make sure that the parcel is received by the right person, or the parcel is sent to the right destination.
As displayed in the video, this is the activity diagram for deliver parcel use case. It starts when the user, which is the delivery man, log in into the uh, system, and then the delivery man will be ready to deliver parcel. From the client, the request parcel is made, and the system will assign the parcel request to the delivery man, and delivery man can choose whether to accept the parcel request or not. If the delivery man did not accept the parcel, the parcel will be assigned to another delivery man, and another parcel request will be assigned to the delivery man. If the delivery man is accepting the parcel, it will notify to go pick up the parcel from the client, and the client will give the parcel, and the delivery man will deliver the parcel. After the parcel delivery is made, the delivery man will update the parcel status, which will be notified the client that was parcel their parcel was delivered, and the system will update it. That's all for activity diagram. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afif Rusli and I will explain on the use case specification for registration. The use case ID for registration is IIUM Delivery 1.01. The use case name is registration. The version number 1.0. The objectives of the use case is to register for an account. It was created by Muhammad Afif bin Muhammad Ara on the 18/5/2022. That's updated by Muhammad Afif Rusli on the 25/5/2022 and approved by Muhammad Hanif bin Ismail. And the actor for the use case is client or deliveryman. The business owner is administrator. It is Al-Baiti Hussein Ahmed Ghaffar. The trigger is user and the frequency of use is on demand. The precondition of the use case specification is the user must be an active student of IUN, have an active message number and email address, telephone number, and currently staying in Mahala. For the basic flow of this use case specification, the use case starts when the user clicks the register link on the login page. The system action is the system displays the registration page and all the information that needs to be filled. The system also will prompt the user to fill in the information. The user fill in the detail and click on the register button. Next is the system will ask whether the user want to register as a deliveryman. The system will give an option whether it's yes or no. If the user choose no, the system verifies all the information and the system display saying account created and process to login page button. The use case ends when the user clicks the proceed to login page. For the exception flow, which is the invalid information, the system displays error information unidentified. The system prompts the user to return to the registration page and the use case ends. The post condition of this use case is the user managed to create a working account with message number as username and a secure password. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Hanif bin Ismail with metric number 2110619. Okay, so I'll give explanation about use case specification. Here we have the use case ID, use case name, and the objective, which is the two requests for delivery created by Muhammad Afif, that's updated by Muhammad Afif, approved by Muhammad Hanif, and the actor is the customer, and the business owner name Al-Baiti Hussein, and here the contact details. So the trigger is the user and the frequency of use, which is on demand. So for the preconditions, the user must have an account, password, and parcel. So we go through the basic flow. First step, the use case starts when the user enters his username, and then the system verifies the username whether it's true or false. If the username is true, then the system prompts the user to enter a password. Then the user enter his password. So the system verifies the password whether it's true or false, and if it's true, the system display option including request parcel delivery, and then the user choose the request delivery option. So the system display a list of parcel weight and its respective price. Then the system prompts for parcel weight. Next step, the user enters the parcel weight, and then the system checks the parcel weight. The system will go through, and then the system prompt for the location of the current Mahala. The system display option
including Mahalah Othman. And then the next step, the user have to choose the Mahalah, and the user choose Mahalah Othman. And the system verifies the location of the current Mahalah. Then the system prompt for designated Mahalah location. The system display option including Mahalah Zubair. And then the next step, the user choose Mahalah Zubair. So the system verifies the location of designated Mahalah. The system prompts the user to pay. Then the next step, the user enters the amount to be paid. And then the system verifies the transaction. The system tracks the movement of the parcel, and also the system displays the current location of the parcel. The use case ends when parcel is delivered. So for the alternate flow, first step, the system display other menu option, which is deliver parcel. And then next step, the user select the delivery parcel option. And then the user refer to delivery parcel use case specification. The use case ends. For alternate flow A2, first step, the system displays option for other Mahalah, and the user choose the Mahalah, and then the system verifies the location of the current Mahalah, and the use case ends. For the exception flow, which is invalid username, first step, the system display error username, and then the system prompts the user to enter correct username, and the use case end. For exception flow, invalid password, the system displays error invalid password. The system prompts the user to enter a password, and the use case ends. So for the post conditions, the user gets his parcel delivered to its destination.
Let's move on to the user interface design. As displayed here, this is the user interface design for delivered parcel. The request detail will pop up onto the user's display. It will show the request details, which is the parcel location, parcel destination, and the commission, and the user can choose whether to accept the parcel request or to pass it to another delivery man. If the user chooses to accept the parcel delivery request, this is the user interface he when the user accepts the parcel request. The system will show the message that is go to the waiting point at the client current location to pick up the parcel, and it will show the client current whereabouts. And after the parcel is received, the user will click on the received parcel.
So this is the prototype for the use case specification of delivery parcel. And as you can see here, the system will display this message. Oops, it seems there's a problem. You are not registered as a delivery man. Uh, as you can see in our previous use case verification, there is delivery parcel. The user or actor should be a delivery man. So if the user is not registered as a delivery man, the user will not be able to view the delivery parcel page. And then you click return to the login page, and then you will be sent to the login page, and just input your email that are already registered as a delivery man, and then you input the password 45678, and then you log in, then you will be able to see the delivery parcel if you are registered as a delivery man. And then here you can see the system will display the detail of the customer request. The username for the customer is Chamex, and he is here is the phone number of the customer. This is the parcel weight, and the destination is from Hala Zubair to Usman, and the commission that you will get is 14 ringgit. So if you choose to pass request to another man, you can click this button here. But following the use case specification basic flow, we will now accept the delivery request, and now we will be sent here. So now the delivery man will go to the Mahala Zubair to accept the parcel from the client, and only when the customer or the client has given the parcel to the delivery man will the delivery man push this parcel retrieve button. Then the system will display the parcel destination that the user has predetermined, which is Usman. Here, as you can see here, Usman. And to 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 assure the customer that you have really sent the parcel to its predetermined destination, you can put an image here. And if you have already received, if you have already sent the parcel to its desired destination, then you can push here, receive commission, and then the system will display this message which is thank you for accepting the request. Your commission has been sent to your account, and then we can click the return button, and we will be sent to the home page, which is the request delivery page, and then the use case will end when the user hit logout. Then we will be sent back to the login page. That's all. So now we will explain about the test case 3, which is set request. This is a test case from the uh, deliver parcel use case specification or deliver parcel use case. The test case ID is try04. The priority is medium, and the model name is accept request. The description, as you can see, is accepting request to deliver parcel made by the client, and the precondition, same as the use case specification for deliver parcel, is user is registered as a delivery man. So first we will navigate to the deliver parcel page, and the status is pass because expected result is page is display, and the actual result is page is display. And when the user or specifically the delivery man click the accept request button, test data, as you can see here, is an accept request button, and the expected result that we should get is user shall be able to accept the request made by the client, and the actual result that we have is that user is navigated to the next page, and the client gets notified. This means that the user managed to accept the request, and the status, as you can see here, is pass. The post condition, user managed to accept the request made by the client, and the user is navigated to the next page.